FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
And welcome back. You're listening to LoveBabz LoveTalk on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
You know, I hear the music.
What's up, Babz?
Am I supposed to be hearing music?
All of a sudden, I'm like, why can't I hear Babz? And it's because I muted myself, or I muted my headset.
Okay, now I hear. Now I hear you.
Let's try this
I heard
again.
you before, but it was music playing.
What's up, Babz?
Everything is up, Harry. The world. Harry, why the royals married with Harry and Meghan for going to Africa? Why they mad at them? They're like, oh, they're being royal.
I mean,
I don't know what they expect them to be ghetto? Like, I'm just trying to understand what
they just feel like they can't
they
help.
shouldn't be seen.
No, right. They can't help that they're still seen as Prince Harry, and
he's been Prince Harry his whole damn life. That
right.
doesn't change.
So they're like, they're representing, the royal family. No, maybe they're on vacation.
And what are they gonna do? Like, what do people expect them to do? People are gonna call them Your Royal Highness because they've been doing it all their lives.
Well, that's the thing, that they're not allowed to be addressed that way. But
they think they're addressed that way?
Right? Do they think they can still control the world? This isn't.
I think they do. See, that's that white supremacy stuff, Harry. White supremacy. They just think, oh, we got to tell people not to talk to them. The monarchy is second graders. Don't talk to them when they come to your country. Just treat them like regular people. Are you kidding me? I don't know what to do with them.
It's crazy, but
they're all right. We'll leave them be. Prince Charles on his way out anyway. I don't wish that on nobody. I'm just saying. You think he gonna run as long as his mama? Nope. But Harry, he wants something bad enough. He might hang in there. Like, I want it bad. I waited my turn. He's not gonna run.
I heard he's reaching out to Elon Musk for that Neuralink. Let's try to keep me alive forever.
Oh, shit. Elon Musk will drag his feet. He'll drag his feet with that. I'm like, okay, all right.
But I was just reading an article. CNN is reporting that Iran is accusing us of being at least partially responsible because we had sanctions on them, so they couldn't buy a new helicopter.
Oh, all right.
So
I don't know what we do with that. What do you do with that, Harry? Like, all right. Oh.
Okay. So that's why he couldn't, he was riding around in his old, he wanted a Cadillac, but he had a Pinto.
Don't they have money in that country?
They have, but the sanctions that we put on them doesn't allow them to buy.
They can't go to T-Mobile and buy a helicopter. I'm sure everything is on T-Mobile.
The problem,
it might be questionable quality.
Well, the problem is that they get most of that stuff from Russia, and Russia's using all that stuff right now
to kill a whole other group of people.
Yeah.
I'm busy trying to kill this whole country. I'm busy over here. I'm busy trying to run these people off their land.
But even Russia's equipment is supposedly, outdated. So
because they cut off. They cut off, Harry.
So they all right now, literally what you just said, Timu, literally they're all counting on China.
And China's like,
And China doesn't sell them military equipment. It sells them parts. I mean, it's in parts, but they don't sell them like a whole helicopter or a whole anything. They just sell them parts because I think that's the only way they're able to get them stuff because of the sanctions that are put on them.
Huh.
So
That's
China
tough.
has the shiny stuff.
China's like, we gotta show you white people how to take over the world.
Right, and right. By the way, China's not going to give them anything anyway, because eventually China has what is it, a 2040 plan. They plan to be the leaders of the world by then or something like that. So
Well, if they quit hatching up flus in their country, viruses, they gotta mess around, Harry. They're gonna kill themselves, making hatching up all these damn viruses.
well, the US has just stopped funding that lab that COVID came out of. So I mean, because we were part of the problem, Babs.
Listen,
We're
it
giving them
doesn't matter,
money.
Harry, whether we stop funding or not. You think they're gonna stop creating stuff?
They're
Have you
not.
seen what comes out of China all the time?
They're not. But when we're supplying them dollars and then outraged by the fact that a a lab that doesn't have any type of health protocols like you would have here, safety protocols in the US, which is the reason we fund outside of the US, because it's hard and expensive to do that research here. So we say, you know what? I know you might release something that'll kill the world, but we want to know about it too.
But we want to take a chance on it. It's like, we're not gonna shut you down. We're not really with you on it, but we want to put some dollars underneath it just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case. Just in case you come across a discovery we want dibs to. Because
Yep,
that's how that is. I would imagine.
Supposedly, we have some of those labs. They existed in Ukraine, and a lot of them probably got blown up, and who knows what was released.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
And in California, they found a illegal lab being run by China in California.
I don't doubt it. How hard can it be? Seriously, Harry, how hard can it be to run an illegal anything in this country? Because people will let you do it until you get on their worst side. Then they have to deal with you.
They're like, probably the Chinese were working right next to the people manufacturing fentanyl to throw it in the streets.
We don't want that. So, I don't doubt it. I'm never surprised when I hear that kind of stuff, Harry. Illegal lab, Chinese lab. Are you kidding me?
Not only that, the FBI has busted a few, obviously illegal, but Chinese police forces in the U.S. Chinese police forces in the U.S.
And what they just deal with Chinese people?
Yeah, they're policing their own people over here in the U.S. It's like, what?
Like, damn, we get all the way over here just to be hounded by.
Yeah.
You know what? Crazy. You should just go outside and start screaming. Like, I am being followed by. I would put the Chinese government on blast for that, Harry. I'm like, you can't do that in America. Like, what are you doing? You are invading my civil rights.
The FBI busted one in New York, and what they do is they police you by harassing you and telling you they're gonna do something to your family in China.
Yeah.
So.
And so, what do they want you to do? To come back to China, or send them money? Like, what's the beatdown?
They probably want you to become a spy and wherever you're working,
and send money back.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. We've had thousands and thousands of of young military-age Chinese men come through the border now. Through the southern border, Babz. What are they doing walking through the southern border?
I don't believe that, Harry.
No, you got to see it. There's video.
I don't
They're
no, I
literally
don't believe that. I
go,
think
go read
listen,
it.
I
Go
don't
read
believe nothing. AI just could make it people, they
No,
could make all
no,
kinds of people.
no. It's been brought up in congressional hearings. The FBI,
I'm not going
F,
with that. That doesn't make any kind of sense to me.
FBI
It was just
Director Ray.
it's easier routes for Chinese people to come. They don't need to come through the southern border.
No,
They can just
not
come across the Pacific Rim.
not
How
if
hard
they
is it?
not if they just want to sneak in and have their police stations over here.
No, I don't think that.
I'm
I
telling you,
don't believe that.
go
I
look
just
it
don't
up.
believe that. That just does not make sense to me. That just does not seem logical considering where I know where California, Seattle, all this, that's the Pacific Rim. It would be better for them to fly into to British Columbia and then walk in. That's an
Well,
easier route. Have
they're
you
walking.
been up there?
No, well, they're walking in now. They're taking the plane to Mexico and walking in through the border
Okay. All right. Well, there, you know what? You might be right. Encounters of Chinese nationals
with
walking in.
briefcases. Some of them with briefcases, man. Some of them.
Why are Chinese migrants at the border? A surge of Chinese migrants continue crossing the southern. Well, that's News
Yeah.
Nation. I don't know about News Nation. Let me see.
No, I mean, it's been testified by the FBI and everything in Congress, and it's like, and FBI Director Ray has warned that we're we're at risk right now of something
The
happening in the
Chinese
U.S.
migrants come to the U.S. southern border. Growing number of Chinese migrants crossing into the U.S. at the southern border. Hmm.
It's crazy, and it's
Well,
most
well, but are they? But here's the racistness of it. But we're still putting the picture of Mexicans and South Americans as the face of this.
well.
No one is saying not a damn thing about Chinese.
Well, right now there's over 100
Are
countries
anybody
coming.
complaining about them? No. Are
Uh,
there
in,
other? Are we
in
complaining about
Congress,
anybody?
in Congress,
Congress is a ship of fools right now.
but no, there's over 100 countries coming right now through the southern border, and it's not Mexicans.
Right. I know.
Actually, we have some type of law where Mexicans have to be returned, can be returned, not have to be, can be returned immediately, but anybody else outside of Mexico can apply for asylum and stuff like
Mm. Why are they doing that?
that. Well,
Oh, I know why. Well, brown skinned people, they hate brown skinned people.
well, the rest of them coming, I mean, well, outside of the people flying into Mexico, there's a lot of people just flying into Mexico or flying
Africans are. They'll
flying
flag
in
them. They can't even get on the flight.
flying in all over the place. Some of them to Brazil and make the trek, take a boat across. But there's a lot of people coming from everywhere. They
But that's
can't
always been so. That's
no,
not
but they
new.
can't just say now it's, you know,
Mexicans.
Mexicans from Honduras, from all of those places, South
That's all
America.
people know. It's the Mexicans.
No, now it's everybody. They've caught Russians too coming through the southern border. So it's not just Chinese, it's Russians, it's everybody coming through through that southern border now.
Okay.
So we're at risk, but hey, Tom, hey, Doreen.
Well, okay.
So I mean, what can you do? If something, although Christopher Wray, the FBI director, said we are at the highest risk that we've been since 9/11. So
And listen, this is what I know. Let me tell you something about America. Nobody's gonna try to take over America because these people, all these little neighborhoods with guns, all these people, all these little extremists. It would just be so.
well,
It would be so annoying for anybody to come and take over this country because they wouldn't even know.
well, that is the one thing that unites us, right? When we have to fight for our country. That's where everybody's stop seeing race, and then immediately after the war we'll go to being racist again.
Yeah.
but if you want to unite Americans, tell them you're going to take their country, then you got a problem.
Yes. You're not taking. Nobody wants America.
But
you have to kill all these people.
With all the influx of people coming, there's more and more minors being found in manufacturing, in places. All these companies, legit companies here in America, are hiring minors.
Well, they need workers, Harry.
But minors, teenagers, and
what are you gonna do?
Little kids. They found a 16-year-old dead in a Alabama poultry plant. Okay, they're hiring.
We know kids shouldn't be working. We know that, and there's ways to prove that kids are kids. So if these companies are doing that, Harry, they need to be hauled into court.
Yeah, it needs to become criminal. Just stop fining these companies. They're fining them.
Stop fining them. Just throw the book at them.
Criminal, because they're saying, well, the kids are saying that they're of age.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're hiring a 13-year-old, come on. If you're hiring a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's happening all over. The thing is, I'm shocked by the fact that it's happening and there's not more outrage in the media. Like, it should be like an everyday story that they are literally abusing kids. This is slavery. This is.
Oh, we don't care about kids in this country, Harry. What are you talking about?
Who's forcing these kids to work? This is slavery.
We do not care about kids in this country.
I don't know. I don't.
What do we care about? If we don't care about our kids, what do we care about?
I don't think we care about anything. I think we care about. I'm
so happy with how.
I don't know what people care about. I know it's not kids, and I know it's not community, and I know it's not the environment, and I know it's not housing.
It's like you wouldn't allow McDonald's to do it in their restaurant, but you would allow them to do it on their farm, making chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going on here? Oh, by the way, OpenAI, right? They just got rid of the department that prioritized humanity, right? So they've basically released the Kraken, right? They are no longer, because it kind of it put a wall. So they feel like they could grow faster if they don't prioritize humanity.
Oh, so you know what that means?
Because this has been like.
There you go.
Oh boy.
We
saw this coming, Harry. It wasn't like we didn't see this coming. Because I'm big at having ethicists in the room and spiritual directors in the room to remind people of the humanity of things.
You can.
People will just go out there back. They'll just be like, "Oh, the sky's the limit. We'll do anything. We can do anything." And guess what we about to do?
Yeah, but the problem with it is that you basically are putting what they feel, because these people feel like it's their God, right? Like what they're creating is gonna recreate the world, right? So they're basically idolizing this.
Yeah, they're gonna recreate themselves out of creation,
right?
Because once these AI figure out humans are not good for the earth.
So they don't want to put a ceiling on it. They just want it to have unbridled access to the world, which means eliminating. The biggest problem in the world, this is obvious, is us, right? So
strong words.
We're eliminating ourselves.
We are.
A process.
We are.
Slowly but surely.
Is that Tom? Is that everybody in the office? I hear them so well.
Everybody just came in at the same time. So that's Paul, Tom, and Doreen.
All right, tell them this is still a radio station.
Oh, I'm gonna have to back out here.
Tell them, it's a radio station.
They're gonna tell me to go to the studio.
Oh, so you sitting at that's where you sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, go to the studio then and hang out. Get out the way. Oh my God.
All right, Babz, I gotta back out. Maybe I'll go to the studio.
Yeah, walk into the studio, see what happens. Two radio personalities walk into a studio. What happens? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that is pretty. Man, I like that. So yeah. The world is crazy. I haven't talked about immigration stuff in a minute. I don't know if I want to either. I'm not bereft. I'm not unhappy. It's not that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just thinking about things from a different vantage point and not getting overwhelmed by it. That kind of thing. That's the life I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But we'll see what happens. But what are you gonna do when the world is going a little upside down? When the world is going crazy. What do you do? So just hold on. I was listening to Michelle Obama yesterday, or something on something that was on Instagram, and she was talking about the value of friendships and what that means. And she said, you cannot do life without friends. Like you just cannot do life without friends. And I thought, because she's like, people are lonely and they're struggling with how to make friends, not as children, but as adults. And I was like, whoa, like, wow. Like that's such a big deal, but I so certainly appreciated, the conversation. I really did. And I shared it because it just had some value. I don't know where we are headed as people. I don't know where we are headed as a country. Everybody seems to be at odds and just mad. There's a lot of angry people. I'm like, whoa, and you see it. And, I try to stay out the way. I try not to be one of them. I try not to be one of them because you could easily be one of them, particularly if you just like drive around. And the way that they siphoned off El Grasso Boulevard, whew, seems like a lot. I was like, okay, what is happening here? How does this work? But so far. So anyway, I just feel like this is summertime coming and we should be delighted and excited. And I think it just feels like it's been a long spring. And I think people just want to get into just get into having some time, some fun time. Do you know what I mean? Some fun, recreational. And even if you have to work, if it's sunny out and warm, it just makes you feel a little bit happier. And I know those first few days of fall, those first few weeks of fall is enjoyable too, because you're like, oh, I'm ready for the summer to be over. But I guess that is the circle of life, particularly when you live in a state that you experience all four seasons, that it does dictate your mood. Because I think if you live in Florida, I don't know how you move around your moods in in a climate that you're always it's always sunny. Like I don't know how you move or not move when the weather is near perfect. You know, I think in the Northeast and in places where you have four seasons, you naturally start adjusting as the seasons change. I don't know how you do that in Florida. You just stay summer, like it's summer all year round. Like it's just summer. So I don't know what kind of mood that puts you in. Like what else do you get to experience? You know, like the desolation of fall and winter, where you hibernate and cocoon a little bit. You slow down, the pace is a little slower. You have a sense of ease. Do you know what I mean? Like that's one of the seasons. But how do you get that when you live in places where it's summer all the time? Like, do you ever have moments where you can dial it back a little bit? Is there some cocooning time in Florida that happens? Like, is the weather always 83 degrees and sunny? I mean, of course it isn't. Because they get storms and lots of rain and sometimes but it's not four seasons. It's like maybe two seasons. They get cool rain and then hot sun, you know. So I think about that and the effects that would have on people's constitution, on people's moods, on people's, how they move about the world. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I think about that, and when people are in spaces and places, you know. So interesting. I find that all very interesting. And I'm sure if I go do some digging or some research that I'll find all kinds of data and white papers on climate and the people who live in year round sun versus people who have changing seasons. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to know that. I'd like to know that. I'm an inquiring mind. I would absolutely like to know that. So, something to think about. Something to think about. Well, as we prepare for today's weather, the only thing about today that I'm sure will annoy me to no end be these damn motorcycles, these motorcycle riders around, and the loudness of that. But everybody's got their summer vibe. So I'm like, hey, what happens? So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to the day. Now I gotta go look for some sandals to stick on my feet today. It's time for me to shop for some new sandals, I think. I think if I pull some out of my closet, that would be most helpful. And then get rid of the ones that I don't ever like or wear, And I know which ones those are. At least I think I know. You ever do this? Am I the only one? There's something I don't like, but I didn't throw it out. So when it comes back in rotation, I wear it again, and I'm like, oh God, I knew I hated this, and then I put it to the side again in the same old mess. So I got to be about the business of really letting things go. Really, really, really letting them go. So, so yeah, that's something to think about as we move. As I'm excited for hot weather, and today is not the hot day. Tomorrow's the hot day, but today will give you a taste of what tomorrow could be like. So just be prepared. Just be prepared. So I'm excited by all of that. I'm excited. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, good people. We shall see. We'll be out in these streets in a little bit. I'm having lunch with my good girlfriend at Il Gibbiano's. You know what I've been craving? A little little side dish of spaghetti and a marinara sauce. See if they could do that for me. I was gonna get. I think if they still have the salad, and I can have some beef tips put on it, that would be good too. If they still have that, if they still offer that, you know, a flank, or if they have a flank steak, I'll get or a hanger steak. I like that. You know, almost, you know, more than well done. And then over a salad would be nice. And then a really nice glass of cold white wine, you know, like a Sancerre or a Vino Verde or something cold. Not a Pinot and not a Chardonnay, but something a little more crisp, and not as buttery as a Chardonnay. So listen, I'm already conjuring up my lunch. I am conjuring up my lunch as we speak. So yes. Don't tell me I'm not a foodie. Don't tell me I'm not a foodie. So anyway. So I shall be back tomorrow. Oh, I've got like 3 minutes. I shall be back tomorrow. I don't think I have a guest tomorrow. Let's see. I don't have a guest tomorrow. I think I have a guest. Oh, yes, I do. Tomorrow I have Patricia Drax, and she is the leader of the Sleeping Giant Women's Golf Association. And they are having a league and recruitment for league. So if there's women out there who play golf, want to learn how to play golf, Patricia Drax will be on tomorrow talking about golf. The Sleeping Giant Women's Golf Association. So tune in for that. That'll be a good conversation. I've had several conversations about playing golf, and you know, I can't afford golf, but we'll see what happens. I might take some lessons. K, the Jamaican American Connection, is having their golf tournament coming up. I think it's this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's this weekend. I think it's Saturday or Sunday. So that might be fun. So I think I might, if I don't have anything going on Saturday, I might go play some golf. We'll see what happens. So I'll be back tomorrow with Patricia Drax at 10:15. So y'all keep it locked, tune back in, and thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Harry.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
If your home was built before 1978, dust around your windows and floors could contain lead paint. This lead dust can harm young children, affecting their kidneys and brain, and even slowing a child's growth. But lead poisoning is 100% preventable. You can do something about it. To learn simple cleaning steps to keep your family safe, visit nhvhealth.org. Together, New Haven, we can get the lead out.
Hey y'all, it's Babz Rawls-Ivy from 103.5 WNHH Radio. Attention all 1994 James Hill House class graduates, it's time to celebrate 30 years of memories. Listen, y'all are getting together June 22nd, 2024 from 5 to 9 at Cascade Fine Catering in Hamden, Connecticut. Your classmates want you to join them for an unforgettable evening of reconnecting with old friends. So listen, go to the James Hill House class of 1994, the 30th reunion page on Facebook.